Alright, BobalosRex here, and this is just going to be a quick little rundown of what to do this week to get ready for the turbo boost. Alright, you know, I've seen longer videos on this subject going into more detail. I'm just going to go over the basics here real quick. So, first off, you want to farm up crests. Alright, so you want to hit cap of your crest this week, but FYI, next week crests are going to uncap. Alright, but if you're not already at cap or you don't hit cap normally, you're going to want to, especially if you have crafted items you want to bump up. So if you have rune crafted pieces you want to bump up, you're going to want to have rune undermine crests. If you have gilded crafted pieces you want to bump up, you're going to want some gilded undermine crests. And you're going to want the lower level crests because you can funnel them all the way up if you have that unlocked. So, number one, get your crests all up to date this week if you're not already, or plan to farm crests next week if you care about the gear, right? You know, we are going to be getting some more gearing opportunities come visions, so this may not be a big deal to you unless you're trying to min-max, but you do want to get your crests topped off if you care. On your main. On your alts, you can do it too, however many you play. Next up, this you want to do across your account. So Valor Stones are going to be Warbound transferable. So if you have a ton of alts that are capped, great. If you don't, you may want to get some. I'm not sure how many upgrades because on the PTR here, we have the 8 out of 8. So if you want to upgrade that stuff, you're going to need Valor Stones. So ideally, you have a ton stored. Now, you do lose 20% according to this. Maybe that will change. But that's kind of works how Honor works. So I think this is fine. Just have a lot of alts with a bunch of Valor Stones saved up. Now you're asking, where do I get a bunch of Valor Stones on alts? Do the weekly quests. You'll get some nice little chunks of Valor Stones. You can hold on them and be ready to transfer to your main. Or farm up Valor Stones on your main to transfer to your alts to get them upgraded. So, farm crests, farm Valor Stones. Big surprise. Alright. Next up, you want to save keys. Okay, now if we pull up the post here, I'm going to pull up the post because this kicks off next week. Alright. Right here, it says Delve Journey Progress Improvements. Okay, so that's going to help you catch up on that. That's good. Improvements to the rewards to Delver's Bounty. So that's Bountiful Delves, which you get from keys. So save up your restored coffer keys this week. Don't spend your keys this week. I do not recommend you spend your keys this week because they are increasing the rewards. Okay. For Bountiful Coffers, Hidden Trove, Nemesis Store Boxes. So save up all your Delve stuff because you're going to be getting more Crests, Valor Stones, and stuff in Delves. Okay? So again, save your keys. Grind up your Crests and Valor Stones. Get your keys this week. Make sure you get your 4 and any more. If you got alts that haven't collected the ones from the rep, you're going to want to get those. You know, farm up the World Soul stuff you can use to get some more if you really care. But you're gonna want some keys. You know, I wouldn't spend your keys this week. All right. Next up on my list, recrafting mats. So a bunch of people are gonna be recrafting. If you aren't gonna be recrafting your gear, but you like to make money, be ready. Be ready for people hitting you up for those recrafts. Check the crafting orders. Public crafting orders, people will be posting in there. And remember, you can post a crafting order and make sure it's 5-star. So public orders, you know, they can be a thing if you need to place them or you're trying to make some money off of them. And then the last thing I wanted to talk about is I can't find the vendor. I can't find where they're at. I can't enter the raid, so I don't know if the vendor's in the raid. But we are going to be getting our first 3 in the first week because of the updated change. All right. And the weekly quests will include Mythic Plus. So it's not just raid boss. So you will get a weekly quest to defeat 4 raid bosses or do M+. And then you will get 3 cartels on the first completion of the quest. Puzzling cartel chips. So you will be able to get your first item. So if you care about that and you plan on doing that, I would plan for what you're going to get. You know, whether you're a Delver and you're like, I'm going to do LFR and then buy a heroic raid piece, plan out your very rare raid piece you want to get first. Is it one of the weapons? Is it a trinket? Is it the ring? You know, plan that out, because there's also going to be M+ loot on there, so you may want to look into those trinkets and whatnot. But yeah, just plan out what you want to buy in your first week. You will get 2 more items to choose from over the subsequent weeks, as they say here. But I would plan out your first choice. So, real quick recap. Farm Crests. Alright, Farm Crests. This week, get your cap. Farm Valor Stones on mains and alts. Okay. Save your coffer keys. Plan out your first puzzling cartel chip. And get ready to recraft profession goods. Alright, and remember, this is where the vendor is. It's the same enchanting crest vendor that you all know. Alright, and that's it. Thank y'all for watching. I'll see y'all next time. Bye-bye.